You're gonna be quiet over there? The dog has decided to sit over there, but he's actually not sitting, he's just standing and judging. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Before I get started, I want to just introduce myself if you haven't been here before. Hello, my name is Emily. I am 36 years old. I am single. I am also debt-free, so that means that I am on baby step 3B, which means that I am saving for a home. I already have more than 20% ready for my down payment. However, I am currently looking. So when I sell my home, then I'll be on baby step 4, 5, and 6. Haven't gotten there yet, but when I actually purchase the home, then I will move on to that step. In the meantime, I am just saving like crazy right now. Let's get into the FPU week 5 review. So this week was all about consumerism and buying things. It was called Buyer Beware. So this is just good for really anybody. It doesn't really matter where you are in the baby steps, I don't think, when we're talking about buying stuff, because we all need to buy stuff, you know? Like, we never not need to buy things. It just depends on what you need to buy, you know what I'm saying? Here's my notes that like really resonated with me while Dave was talking. The first thing was, anything that makes it easy to buy, the store will do for you, like store credit cards or 90 days same as cash, which isn't really same as cash because sometimes there's fees associated if you actually pay it off early and things like that. So it's just really interesting to be aware of what you're doing. And really cash is king in these types of situations because there's no hidden fees with cash. You just pay for it and you leave and you don't bring it home with you, which is awesome. Also, if the stores make it easier for the customer to buy, then they will always buy more. When I say always, I mean, and there are special circumstances, but theoretically on a percentage basis, they will buy more, which is why you have a Target Red Card, which is 5% off. And I'm not knocking Target because I love me some Target, but I don't have a Red Card and I never will. Because I know in my mind, if I know that I'm gonna get 5% off on everything I buy there, I'm gonna buy way more than 5% more of things that I really don't probably need at this point. So it's the whole psychology of like not really feeling the money come through my hands. Even though I know you can have a debit card, but still, it's just like, it's the store trying to entice you, and that's really what this lesson was all about. Also, the excuse of I work hard so I deserve it is total crap. You heard me, crap. I've said this for years. I have had friends, family members, people like that in my life that have said, oh, but I've worked so hard, I deserve it. I'm like, well, what you deserve is nothing. You deserve it when you pay cash for it. You deserve it when you achieve the goal that you set out to do. So save up your money and then you'll really deserve it and then you don't have any debt on it. Amazing how that works, right? And Dave talked a lot about, you know, that I deserve it kind of a thing, that there's this like little child within all of us that are kind of whining and but we want it, but we want it. Well, yeah, wants and needs are like two really different things. And, you know, the definition of being a grown-up is telling yourself no. And it's hard to do, but once you start saying no to yourself, it becomes a little bit easier every time. And I say no to myself all the time. What I'm coming to find out while I'm in FPU, Financial Peace University, is that I'm actually like a natural spender. The goal of buying a house has really changed my perspective. So I love spending money. I love spending money. However, in the long run, I'm going to like a smaller payment when I have my mortgage. And when if you guys follow me on Pinterest, you would have already seen this, but since I'm looking for homes right now, I've actually started like pinning stuff and boards. They're not private, they're public. So if you want to follow me on Pinterest, the link's below. I'm just trying to really like define my style. And then it's like, I'm only gonna buy one thing at a time. I'm not gonna go hog wild and, you know, spend $5,000 that I don't have. You know, if I have the money, then I'll go buy it. But if I don't have the money, I'm not gonna go and purchase the item. And I can do it in stages. It's okay. You know, I'll have enough furniture to furnish my home. And if there's a room that's empty, who cares? It's my home. I can do with it what I want. And I'm not so concerned anymore in my life about the comparisons anymore. I know that was a big part of kind of our topic of conversation after class today, was talking about how, oh, well, this family has this and this family has that, and you feel like you need to keep up with them, but it's like, they're in a very different station in life. Maybe they're retired and they've done really well for themselves, or you know, maybe they're doctors and lawyers, but you know what you don't see behind the scenes is sometimes the struggles that they have too, regardless of how many zeros they have on their paycheck every month. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in a better or worse financial situation than you. You just never know. So I always just tell people and myself to just take care of my own four walls of what I can control and just be happy with me. You know, I'm good enough for whatever my circumstances are. Whether that means I'm making $10,000 a year or $100,000 a year, I can still choose my perspective. And yes, if I was only making $10,000 a year, being a single individual and trying to, you know, support myself, I would probably have some issues in the economy that I currently live in. However, things could be a whole lot worse than that. So moving right along, I feel like I always go off on tangents, you guys, so I'm sorry. My brain is like, woohoo. I actually went to go see a house already today, but that video I think is already gonna be up before this video. It's just going up on Friday, and I think I'm gonna have a bonus video about me looking for houses on Tuesday, I think. But if I did post it, I'll link it below for you guys. How's that? Also, something that was really kind of hitting home for me was quit chasing happiness with stuff. I had a real problem with this when I went through my bankruptcy stuff. I really wasn't a happy individual then. And what I mean by happy is like a different thing. I know people think of it as just like, oh, were you like super depressed or, you know, needed medication? No, it wasn't like that. It was like, I didn't know who I was, and I was in my early 20s, and I didn't know how to function. Like as an adult, I just really felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I tried to fill that void with stuff, thinking, oh, well, this person has this, so this is the only comparison I have is this person is successful, so they wear these blue jeans, or they drive this car, or they go out and do this or whatever. And this is like way pre-social media, you guys. So I remembered just buying a lot of stuff, especially like clothes. And I think a lot of it is I bought it because I was bored too, which is totally not an excuse. It's just how I felt at the time. So Dave actually talked a lot about how money can buy a lot of fun, but it doesn't buy you happiness. And those are really all my notes from this week. Speaking of buying happiness, I did bring this up in my class recently, last week. I know in my last budgeting video, I had talked about doing some giving, and I felt like that was really important. I'm not religiously affiliated with any organization, so I wasn't anyone that wanted to like tithe essentially, but I felt like giving was really important. So I did contact a local school, and I ended up donating all the money that I had set aside for the month of February and donated to them. And that was on Friday. Today is Sunday. And I can tell you that I have been so happy with my decision to do that, knowing that it is affecting the lives of students, that they can have one less thing to worry about. What I ended up doing, not to get too like into detail about what I ended up donating for, I didn't want to donate to a general fund. I wanted to donate to something really specific. I think that food is a universal thing, and what I did is I actually donated to the like lunch ticket fund. The school that I donated to is about 65% free or reduced lunch, which also doesn't help the bottom line of that school's budget. They still have to produce the food for the children. But sometimes the kids that are on reduced or kids that aren't on any kind of special program cannot pay for lunch. So whether it's parent losing their job, or they just don't have the money that week or that month or that day, or just not making ends meet right. You know, I don't know what the situation is, but with the money that I donated, the last month of lunches has been wiped out. So all of those children don't have to worry about paying back their lunch fees for the past month. So that's really what I wanted to do, because the whole goal is to have these kids learn. And if they're worried about money, it's a lot more difficult to learn, or if they're not eating, it's a lot more difficult to learn. So I'm very happy with my decision, and I feel like that, regardless of how much the denomination was, really bought me some happiness. And so I encourage you, if you're going through something similar that I was going through a long time ago, where I was just trying to buy happiness and it wasn't working, find something you're passionate about and maybe just donate 20 bucks and see how you feel about it. It doesn't need to be a huge amount, or you can donate your time or something like that. It might make you feel better. And I know that's not to say that you need to put a dollar amount on it, but that financial decision has made me feel so happy since I did it, since last Friday. So, and I know I'm never gonna, I will never regret doing any of that, and I will probably continue to keep donating to that school organization as well as their needs continue. So anyway, I feel like this video is getting really long, and I like to kind of go off on tangents of like how things affect me and my experience with FPU. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to post them down below. I'm gonna try to get back to as many people as I can. If you like this video and you like the FPU series, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Lets me know that you guys want to see these. I'm trying to post these every single Friday until the class is over with, and then I'll give like a whole recap of the entire class. Also, if it's your first time here, or maybe you're a lurker, because I love me a lurker, make sure to hit that red subscribe button. I am here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with new content for you guys, and every once in a while I will post on Tuesday and or Thursday too. Sometimes there's some bonus videos too, which is kind of fun. So anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little portion of your day. It means so much to me that you guys want to see my videos, and I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye guys!